been flying, an Iron Age hill fort, playing with me drone, ably assisted by, oh, she's disappeared, Fluff the Wonder Dog. Come on, Fluff. And it's a beautiful but cold afternoon. Well, Rawlsbury Camp is the second highest hill fort in Dorset. It's about 240 metres above sea level, so it's quite high. It's on a spur that runs from Bulbarrow Hill, running off the Dorset escarpment, the Dorset Downs chalk escarpment. Runs west, and you can see it's about oval. It's roughly oval shape, 1.8 hectares along the top platform. The entrance is quite elaborate and is probably later than the original hill fort, which some think were started off as just a univalate, a one ring fort, and then were other ditches and ramparts built later. It's a shame about the huge cross that's been erected up there. A bit of archaeological vandalism, if ever there were one. Too late to do anything about it now. They've dug the holes and concreted in the foundations of the cross. These trees that I'm flying over, they're part of the original parish hedge, parish boundary between Hilton and Stour. Some of the ramparts are a little more than just a slope, whereas others are very distinct. They're anything up to sort of 6 metre deep. They stand 2 metre high above the inner platform, and the ditch can be sort of 6 metre deep. Inside the camp, the south half, the Hilton half, has got a lot of slight depressions, which are probably the remains of occupation, hut circles. And certainly when the army were doing manoeuvres there in 1951 and digging trenches in the ramparts, they found a lot of Iron Age pottery sherds. So people were up there and living up there in the Iron Age. And in the fields around, and on the hill fort itself, there's been quite a few Roman coins and Roman pottery found. So certainly the Romans used it as certainly as a marching camp, if nothing else. Both the medieval trackways and the road, the present road, have messed up the north side of the hill fort, cut into the ramparts and ditches. So little remains of how it were originally laid out. But there's still an indication there, and you can see in the entrance, although the trackways have cut through the entrance, you can still make out its original intention. More of that damn cross. Oh well. You can see the land falls quite steeply to the south, and the north is equally as steep, dropping down into Blackmore Vale. Only the west is less steep land, and the east obviously is a thin ridge that runs up to Bulbarrow Hill with its Bronze Age barrows, which is where it gets its name from. I'm parked on one of the crossing points of the medieval trackways. So here's Fluff coming to make sure that the drone's actually dead before I'm allowed to touch it. So I've floored around the camp. and basically run a battery empty. I've still got 2 more batteries to go, but it is a bit chilly. So, ooh, I don't know whether to go somewhere else and have another play. What do you think, Fluff? Oh, Fluff's just busy eating grass, as usual. She eats more grass than a cow. So we might go somewhere else and have another play. Or we could go home for a coffee. I'll think about it. Fluff don't care. She's just looking for young juicy grass. So since it's close to home, I thought, we'll have a quick fly over Deverel Barrow again, just to prove that the last time was an accident. How wrong I was. So it's flying quite happily towards Deverel Barrow. I did make a video a few months ago about Deverel Barrow and its excavation. If you look through my list of videos, you'll find it. The owner, Mr. Plydell, put the wall around it to preserve it. Not much of it's left. They excavated the whole thing away down to ground level, just leaving the sarsen stones and a monumental stone that he raised with an inscription on it to tell the story of it, which has since broken up and disappeared or been stolen. But in exactly the same place that I lost a signal before, he did it again. Why? But at least this time there were enough of a breeze to blow the drone off to one side where I got the radio signal again. I picked up the signal. So I set off flying up to the the most prominent barrow in the cemetery complex, the big sort of ring and ditch barrow you can see. As you see, I'm skimming along more or less at grass level at one point to show you how high, or what's left of it. Not a lot these days. It used to be quite prominent. Well, it still is prominent, but it used to be quite high. The farmer fenced it off recently, barbed wire fence. That's because he's had heifers in the field, young heifers, and you'll see in a minute they've been playing King of the Castle on it and done a fair amount of damage on top of it, a bit of soil erosion. So he's fenced it off to protect the barrow. Once again, a couple of years ago, it were a lot more preserved. The ditch around it has been destroyed through ploughing. I remember the ditch being there. And he's ploughed a bit close to the barrow and accidentally filled in the ditch. But there's something about Deverel Down's barrows that don't like drones, because just as I were skimming over it, the video stopped recording and I couldn't restart it. So I thought, blow it. Luckily, it flew back to the car okay.